नित्य नेम नामी ते प्राणी दुर्लभ, लक्ष्मी वल्लभ तया जवळी. नारायण हरी नारायण हरी, भुक्ती मुक्ती चारी घरी त्यांच्या. हरिविण जन्म तो नरकची पैजाणा, यमाचा पाहुणा प्राणी होय. ज्ञानदेव पुसे निवृत्तीसी चाड, गगनाहुनी वाड नाम आहे.
In this Abhanga, Mauli tells us about the consistency of the Nam Jap, its consequences, and what will be the effects on not only us but even on the people who are related or connected to us in some way. Now he says Nitya Nema Nama, that means every day chanting of the Lord's name has its own positive effects on us. But he says there are very few people who take this. So he says it's durlabh, that is very few people, very rarely it is found that a person incessantly chants the Lord's name. Now if you see something which you do on a daily basis becomes a habit, and a habit develops into a character. Be it a person who is a drunkard, he starts with the first peg someday, which slowly goes on to a number of pegs and finally results into a bottle, and finally he is termed as an alcoholic by society. So that's what we say, a transcendence from a daily work to a habit to a character. Now instead of going in that direction, we, the devotees of the Lord, will take our intoxication from the Nam Jap itself. So what would be the consequences of the Nam Jap? He says, Mauli gives us a assurance that we have the bhukti, mukti and all the char type, that is the 4 types of liberation that we need, which has already been mentioned in the earlier Abhanga. But we'll go a little into detail about what is bhukti and what is mukti. Bhukti is what we face in our material world, and mukti is liberation from it. Now, does it mean that Mauli is telling us that you must have only bhukti or only mukti or both of them without having a proper guidance of a guru? This is very well explained by Bhagwan Raman Maharshi from Tiruvannamalai. A young man had once come to Maharshi and asked him that I am not able to understand how to meditate. Can you just help me out in this? So he says it is very simple. Just do one thing. He gives him a dosa. And he says, while eating the dosa, now you are going to eat the dosa according to the instructions I give you. He says, keep looking at me. When I raise my hand, at that time we'll stop eating the dosa. Till then you have to keep eating it and you have to finish it at that time. Now this young man feels it's a very easy task. So he says, okay. Now Bhagwan is asking him, signing him, come on, start. So this young man starts eating the dosa, but his eyes are continuously focused on Bhagwan Maharshi. He keeps eating a bite, a second bite, and he keeps having morsels of it. The time comes when the signal is on and Maharshi raises his hand. The man stops eating the dosa. So Raman Maharshi asks him, did you understand what I did to you now? So he says, no, I have not understood. I just enjoyed eating the dosa, but I was constantly focused on you because I was waiting for your signal. Now at this time, Raman Maharshi says, see, when you were eating the dosa, that is your bhukti, that is your material work. But when you were focused at me, that was your mukti, your liberation. So this is what you have to live in the material world like. Your focus should be on God, but you should carry on your material work. So this is what Dnyaneshwar Mauli also tells us, that you get all these types of liberation only by focusing on Him. And to focus on Him, you have nothing but no other simpler way can be there than the path of devotion or the bhakti marg. In this Abhang, therefore, we come to know that liberation or whatever we call as freedom from our material desires won't take place in a snap of a finger. It has to go through its process. Now he has told us about the consequences of Nam Jap, but what happens to those souls or those people who do not enjoy Nam Jap at all? Now he says these people are nothing but living in a complete illusion of what is called as, they feel it's luxury for them, they feel it's heaven, but they are actually living in hell. So Mauli is thankful to his Guru Nivruttinath for giving him the secret of the Nam Jap, and he says the magnificence of it is as vast as the sky.
नित्य नेम नामी ते प्राणी दुर्लभ लक्ष्मी वल्लभ तया जवळी नारायण हरी नारायण हरी भुक्ती मुक्तीचारी घरी त्यांच्या हरी विण जन्म तो नरकची पैजाणा यमाचा पाहुणा प्राणी होय ज्ञानदेव तुसे निवृत्तीसी चाड गगनाहुनी वाड नाम आहे